Hello and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News on this Monday, March 23rd. I'm Grant Olson. Here's some of the stories we have coming up for you tonight. The Behavioral Health Unit of the Chelan County Sheriff's Office has secured nearly $55,000 in grant funding to support program growth. The Chelan County PUD has boosted spending for a job training program aimed at candidates with disabilities. Expect rain showers in our Tuesday and Wednesday weather forecast with sunshine and seasonal temperatures for the end of the week. Your full local weather forecast is coming up. A Moses Lake man was sentenced last week to 35 years in federal prison for sexually abusing children and creating videos of the abuse. 45-year-old Billie Jean Pinson was sentenced Thursday in U.S. District Court in Spokane after pleading guilty to 6 criminal counts. Authorities say Pinson sexually abused at least 9 children between 2014 and 2018 and exploited at least 2 more. The case came to light in March 2019 when a 6-year-old victim disclosed instances of abuse at Pinson's residence in Moses Lake. Computer hard drives belonging to Pinson were found to contain child sexual abuse he created, in addition to much more material downloaded from the internet. The case was initially investigated by the Moses Lake Police Department. In addition to his prison time, Pinson must pay $13,000 in fines and restitution. Dean Widner, philanthropist and founder of Widner Apartment Homes, died last week at age 83. The Kirkland-based company was established in 1977 and under Widner's leadership became one of the largest owners of multifamily housing in North America. The company's presence in Wenatchee includes the Riverside 9 apartments and the Majestic apartments currently under construction downtown. The company said giving back was essential to Widner, who helped nonprofits in communities where he built housing. In December, the Wenatchee Valley YMCA announced Widner had purchased the Lake Wenatchee YMCA camp facility, which had been threatened with closure and sale, to ensure that the camp could continue for the next 99 years. The Behavioral Health Unit of the Chelan County Sheriff's Office has secured nearly $55,000 in grant funding to support program growth without utilizing county funds. The program has expanded over the last few years, growing from 3 members to 6 and offering 21 hours of daily coverage. BHU staff respond to mental health crisis calls, which might previously been answered by police officers. The awarded money will go towards advanced training through nationally and internationally recognized conferences and upgrades to communication systems, safety equipment, and mobile workspaces. Other investments include life-saving tools for response vehicles and community care kits for homeless individuals. A flock of kites took to the skies on Saturday as part of the Entiat Community Kites and Arts Festival, timed each year to the first day of spring. NCWLIFE reporter Long Tran took in the sights and visited with some of the festival's organizers.
I'm here in Entiat, where the annual Kites and Arts Festival is underway. On Saturday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., at the Entiat School District office, the Friends of the Entiat Library and the Entiat Arts Collective organized an afternoon of kite decorating and flying, an art market, and face painting by Apple Blossom Royalty. The Spring Art Market was held inside the school gym.
It's a celebration of spring. It's the first weekend of spring and people are ready to get outside and do community stuff.
And for the Arts Collective, Mother Nature during summer has been very challenging, so we decided let's kick off spring with an arts festival. So that's why we partnered to do this event.
For more information on future events here in Entiat, visit entiatarts.org. Reporting from Entiat, this is Long Tran from NCWLIFE.
When we come back, the city of Chelan announced last week that solar-powered Big Belly trash cans are coming to Wooden Avenue, and the NCWLIFE and Wenatchee Wild offices had some very special young visitors this morning. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News.
This March, Lake Chelan welcomes food and wine lovers to an unforgettable experience. Taste Chelan. Chelan Valley's top wineries and restaurants create the perfect pairing of fine wines and culinary delights. With 4 weekends to explore, every visit offers something fresh and exciting. From your first sip to the last bite, every moment is a delicious adventure. But don't wait, tickets are selling fast. Visit tastechelan.com today.
News, weather, and sports. It's all here weekdays at 5, 6, and 10 on your local news source, the NCWLIFE channel.
Highlander Golf Course and Grill, your place for fun, food, and friends. Happy hour every day, 2 to 7. Try their brand new menu and famous prime rib every Saturday night. Planning a celebration? Book your holiday party, wedding, or private event, even in their exclusive simulator rooms. Highlander Golf Course and Grill, where every day is a celebration. Visit today.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
The Chelan County PUD has boosted spending for a job training program aimed at candidates with disabilities. Supported Employment and Job Readiness Program is a PUD program that helps job seekers learn skills and gain independence. The program is supported by local partnerships with the Mission Vista and Elmview Assisted Living Facilities, among others. PUD commissioners voted last month to expand the program by increasing funding from $140,000 to $600,000. Staff and commissioners say the resource fills gaps in the community and supports the PUD's goal of enhancing quality of life in its communities. Downtown Chelan is getting an upgrade. The city announced last week that Big Belly trash cans are coming to Wooden Avenue. Big Belly cans utilize solar power to compact the trash that goes inside of them. The city partnered with the historic Downtown Chelan Association to bring them to Chelan. The city of Leavenworth installed the same trash cans in its downtown district in 2024 to prevent overflow and keep animals like black bears from scavenging for food. The Big Belly cans are expected to be placed in downtown Chelan early next month. The NCWLIFE and Wenatchee Wild offices had some very special visitors this morning. 8th grade interns from Pinnacle's Prep Charter got a tour of the facility from our news director, Rick Boone.
You know, being a journalist is a pretty cool deal, but being a younger journalist is even better because you get to learn everything and absorb tremendously to grow yourself into an adult journalist, which is what we do every day here at NCWLIFE. This week here at NCWLIFE and Wenatchee Wild, we have young journalists or wannabe journalists from Pinnacle's Charter School, and they're going to be here all week to learn all the aspects of journalism. They're going to be talking to folks in our newsroom, getting an idea how things are behind the scenes, all types of ways of how we put this thing together, not only on TV, not only in print, but also digital, also social media. And it appears that they're already getting the hang of things and ready to take our gigs already. Here's a look at who's going to be working here during this week here at NCWLIFE and Wenatchee Wild.
That's great. You're going to move the camera.
Oh.
Okay.
I'm interested in journalism because I kind of like the idea of going out into the community and like for yourself, seeing and like learning about stuff that's happening, and then being the one to share it around through your writing, through like what you do. And I got into journalism because I originally really enjoyed creative writing and writing in class, but then it sort of became more about what's going on around me and like world issues, and that just is journalism, I guess.
I guess the passion just appeared out of nowhere when I just began writing more. I guess you could say I'm really into like fiction and journalism and all that pizzazz. And I really want to be a reporter when I grow up, or a fiction author.
I'm hoping to learn to get better at writing, photography, and meeting the locals.
In Wenatchee, Rick Boone, NCWLIFE News.
Coming up next, in May 2025, Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia Decker were reported missing after their father, Travis Decker, failed to return them from a scheduled visitation. During the search for the girls, the Washington State Patrol issued an endangered missing person alert rather than an Amber Alert. We will tell you how that decision was made and why in tonight's feature story. Increasing clouds tonight with rain likely on Tuesday. I'll have your local weather details coming up, along with Cade Calvin with a look at the latest in March Madness hoops action and the final game of the season for the Wenatchee Wild as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues after these messages.
I'm Jen Mueller. Watch for my show, I Cook, You Measure on NCWLIFE. It's part cooking instruction, part entertainment, and all about connecting over food and wine with your favorite Northwest athletes.
Watch I Cook, You Measure with Jen Mueller Mondays at 1, Wednesdays at 2, Fridays at 11 a.m., and Saturday and Sundays at 10:30 p.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel.
Your favorite local channel is now available for free on your smart TV and connected streaming devices. Watch live programming and catch up with the latest shows on demand. See the local stories that matter to you. NCWLIFE, now on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV.
In May of 2025, Paityn, Evelyn, and Olivia Decker were reported missing after their father, Travis Decker, failed to return them from a scheduled visitation. The case turned to tragedy 2 days later when the three sisters were found murdered. The body of Travis Decker, the man accused of killing his daughters, was only discovered months later. During the search for the girls, the Washington State Patrol issued an endangered missing person alert rather than an Amber Alert. That decision has since been reviewed by the U.S. Justice Department, which found the State Patrol's decision met all state and federal protocols. Excuse me, in tonight's feature story, Chris Loftus, a spokesman for Washington State Patrol, and Sergeant Joe Eaton from the Wenatchee Police Department spoke to NCWLIFE News about how those decisions were made when the Decker girls went missing.
Does Washington State Patrol do a background check on the information that's given from local law enforcement?
No, I mean our at that point in the process, we're not trying to police the police. We're trying to respond to a situation and determine whether it rises to the threshold of an Amber Alert, or if it's more appropriately assigned to a different alert status, like the Endangered Missing Persons Alert. There was not an indication of abduction. There was certainly a custodial issue and someone who had temporary guardianship of the kids for planned visitations and that sort of thing, and they were running late, was the information that we had gotten.
We do have, policies in place that say an officer receives that complaint, that they work through with their supervisor to go through the information gathering stage to make sure that we have enough to kind of reach that threshold to even make contact with Washington State Patrol and the missing and unidentified persons unit with the State Patrol. So there's a lot of work that goes into it even before we reach that threshold.
What information did officers initially have, and how was that communicated to State Patrol?
But initially, they responded to a call that was natured as civil because it was a parenting plan type call where a planned visitation had been overstayed. Corporal Gonzalez, he's now a sergeant, had responded and met with Whitney, the mother, in the lobby, collected the information, and through great action of his own, started immediately diving in and researching. He utilized the information through, we call it Spillman, or through our database, to try to collect information. He also used our local resources that we had at the time. Flock was a huge asset to this investigation in the early beginning stages of it. All of that leads to when do we contact State Patrol and the missing and unidentified persons unit to even screen for an alert of any type.
How does the correlation work with civil court and criminal court when in these cases when you're looking into background and history?
So they don't cross over directly, but we have access to the information, right? And so in those early, I'll say days or hours of that investigation, any information we could get was sought after. It being a weekend made it a little bit tough because we don't have access to the civil court documents. We have access to court orders, like restraining orders, no contact orders, things like that. We have access to that 24 hours a day. But the civil stuff, unless it's scanned directly into our system, which isn't super common for like a parenting plan, as an example, we'd have to go through the court directly for that. And so with that being a weekend, it was a little bit delayed for us to obtain all of that information.
If local law enforcement, if they had communicated that history of mental health issues that is documented in the civil court documents, would that have maybe affected or changed the imminent danger portion?
It definitely would have. Given the information that we were provided by good, thoughtful, professional law enforcement investigators, we followed the criterion and the standards as they are dictated in our system, and it did not have a positive result by any means. It had one of the most tragic results in the state's history. And this is certainly one of those things where things were learned and can be changed. But again, the sad reality is that these girls' father had already visited upon them a great harm before anyone even knew they were late or missing, or certainly before anyone knew that they'd been murdered. There's no one who did not lose in this case. You know, there is no revelatory moment. There's no ray of sunshine other than memory and love that we will hold, that I'm sure your community holds for those girls. But there's no moment where we go, aha, we've got a broken thing and now we know how to fix it. There are moments where we go, hey, you know, there's a way we can improve that. We can fix that. We can massage that. We can tweak that. We can make that more effective. We can document that better. That's what the DOJ's criticism of us were, not in the decision itself and the execution of the policy itself. We can do all those things, but all of those things combined and multiplied by 1,000,000 don't come close to matching the sorrow of the loss of 3 little girls. And so there are just some things that in the human condition that we just have to suffer.
Time now for a check of your North Central Washington weather forecast. Hope you had a great Monday and a fantastic weekend. And boy, wasn't our weather over the weekend just beautiful. Low 60s on Saturday, almost 60 degrees on Sunday. Not quite that warm today. The main reason why, that mid-level cloudiness that we saw out there today. All of that in preparation for a bigger storm that's headed our way tomorrow. We'll talk about that. But here's our shot outside our weather window, and it's that's looking out our Omi Gardens Sky-Fi Tower camera, and there you can see parts of the Wenatchee Valley, and yeah, those mid-level clouds out there as well. Now we can get to that, Levi. There we go, our inland northwest weather outlook. We did see those clouds build throughout the day today. That will continue to be our situation into this evening, and then by the time we get to tomorrow, not the greatest chance for showers in the morning, but by the time we get into the afternoon and even into our evening hours, we will see steady rainfall here in the Wenatchee area, widespread rain all across north central Washington. Not expecting high rain totals, but it will be a wet one out there, it looks like, for your Tuesday. All right, today's high temperature just where we should be for this time of year, unofficially at 55. That is our normal high temperature now. Our record high going back to 1960, 73 degrees back then, 34 overnight tonight. That's pretty much in line with where we should be for a low temperature for this time of year at 35. Our record cold, 25 degrees, and that was set in 1964. Sunrise this morning, 6:57, and it sets tonight at 7:18. All right, getting you into Tuesday's weather. Temperatures a lot like today in the mid to upper 50s for many locations. Moses Lake and Ephrata, 57, 56 for Quincy, 54s for Ellensburg and Wenatchee, 53 Entiat and Chelan, and around 52 for the high temperature tomorrow up in Leavenworth. All right, tonight we do expect partly to mostly cloudy skies. There's our next weather maker just off the coast of Washington and Oregon. With that, it will bring some mild temperatures our way. We're talking lows tonight into the mid 40s with cloudy skies out there. And then for your Tuesday, that area of low pressure moves to the north, and that will really swing that moisture fetch our way. Western Washington, eastern Washington, all of us will see a good chance for rain showers on Tuesday. 80% chance here at home. Highs into the mid 50s. As we get you to Wednesday, mostly cloudy skies. It will be windy for our Wednesday as well. And there's that rain and snow shower activity. Yeah, our mountain passes could see snow on Wednesday. 40% chance of rain here at home with high temperatures in the low 50s. And then for Thursday, high pressure moves in and takes control of our weather. We will see all kinds of sunshine in north central Washington. Seasonal high temperatures with readings into the mid 50s for your Thursday. As we end our work week on Friday, still a ridge over the Pacific Northwest, sunny, and this is where we will begin to warm up a little bit on Friday with high temperatures to end our week in the mid to upper 50s. And boy, as we get you into the upcoming weekend, it looks nice. High clouds out there. There is our area of high pressure. We'll just see those high clouds in the afternoon Saturday, warmer with highs into the low 60s on Saturday afternoon. And by the end of our forecast on Sunday, we're going to do even a little better than that. Big southwesterly flow moving into Washington State. That'll bring a few clouds our way, but it's also going to warm us up with high temperatures Sunday into those beautiful mid 60s. All right, let's take a look at your 7-day forecast now, and it's brought to you by Colonial Vista Senior Living in Wenatchee, where comfort, care, and community come together. 44 overnight tonight. Rain is likely for your Tuesday. 54 our afternoon high tomorrow. Windy with about a 40% chance of rain on Wednesday and 52. And then look at Thursday and Friday. Sunshine both days. Temperatures mid to upper 50s. But that's nothing compared to we get into the upcoming weekend. High clouds and partly cloudy conditions on Saturday and Sunday, and warmer with high temperatures into the mid 60s. And that's a look at your north central Washington weather forecast. Coming up next, it's Kate Calvin with tonight's sports report as the NCWLIFE Evening News continues right after this.
NCWLIFE Channel is your local TV station. We believe in being the spotlight and mirror to the communities we serve in north central Washington. Programming on NCWLIFE would not be possible without our sponsors. Special thanks to our platinum sponsor, Alpine Air. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air.
Welcome in, sports fans. Kate Calvin here at the Town Toyota Center, home of the Wenatchee Wild. The Wild wrapped up their home schedule recently, sending the fans home happy in a big way.
Jamming for it. Kraft Wild put it home and score! It meant a lot to this group to, number one, be able to go out with a win, but to go out in front of the biggest crowd we've had in the building this season, our first crowd of 4,000 this year, and really a lot of appreciation for these guys, for the fans.
The Wild rewarded those in attendance, starting fast with a 4-goal first period. Multiple players found the back of the net, including Ray Hahn, who scored twice.
1 minute remaining in the period, and the Wild lead at 3-0, maybe 4. Stretched ahead, Hahn, triple deke, he scores! Come on!
The voice of the Wenatchee Wild, Austin Droughty, says this team showed real growth as the season went on.
The improvement that we saw from beginning to end this season, we had about a half dozen guys coming into the year who had played meaningful minutes in the Western Hockey League. So a lot of these guys were not only learning how to play as a team, but learning how to play at this level.
The organization recognized members of the team for various achievements, such as team MVP Tobias Tversnik and most improved Matthias Silabon.
Once he got a couple points in that mid-November game down in Portland, I think it just opened up the floodgates for him. And I think we saw a lot of that from even the guys who didn't win awards this year. Once they built some confidence, once they started finding their legs in this league, they really learned this year and got their eyes open what it takes to play in the Western Hockey League.
The Wild defeat the Silvertips 5-1. A strong send-off at home as they continue to build toward the future. The 3-seed Gonzaga Bulldogs saw their season come to an end, falling to 11-seed Texas 74-68 on Saturday night. The Zags came out aggressive, attacking the rack and building an 8-point lead late in the first half. But Texas responded, closing the half on a run to take a 2-point advantage into the break. Graham Ike led Gonzaga with 25 points and kept the Bulldogs within striking distance down the stretch. A pick-and-roll dunk by Ike cut the deficit to just 1 with under a minute to play, but Texas answered back. Camden Heide knocked down a clutch 3, his only make of the night, to seal it. The Longhorns advanced to the Sweet 16, while Gonzaga's season comes to a close.
Ultimately, we didn't come out with the outcome that we wanted, but we put in the work this season, day in and day out, to try and win the day. I'm just super proud of this team for the adversity that we pushed through.
Head coach Mark Few says it came down to execution late.
Well, it was a heck of a basketball game. We were both kind of trading punches down the stretch of it. I think both teams were having a hard time getting stops down the stretch, and we just couldn't get one on that last possession. That was about really what it came down to, was kind of just our lack of being able to get stops down the stretch.
The Washington Huskies were in women's NCAA tournament action Sunday night, taking on the Texas Christian University Horned Frogs with a trip to the Sweet 16 on the line. The Dogs led for much of the first half, taking a 27-19 lead into the locker room. TCU chipped away at the Huskies' lead throughout the second half. Olivia Miles kept her squad in it, finishing the night with 18 points and 10 rebounds. With just over 2 to play, we are tied at 49 all. Clara Silva breaks the tie with this tremendous inside move, splitting the double team and getting to the cup. But Bryn McGoy answers, scoring from 3 feet out with just 15 seconds left. Miles misses on a step back 3, and we go to overtime. TCU started the extra period on a 7-0 run before Sellers and Howell hit a couple big shots to keep UW in it. Just 5.5 seconds to go now. Huskies down 3. Sellers with an open look, but it doesn't go. TCU survives 62-59 to advance. The Huskies season comes to a close. That's a look at sports. Reporting in Wenatchee, Cade Calvin, NCWLIFE.
And as we leave you tonight, Monday means the next edition of the Wenatchee World is on its way to your mailbox. Here's what to expect tomorrow from the Wenatchee Valley's local newspaper.
Tomorrow's Wenatchee World features a story on new state ADU laws and how they will impact local residents. It also features a story about the Chelan County PUD's program for hard-to-hire individuals and a special feature on Mayor Mike Poirier for our Who's Who's Day. Be sure to check out WenatcheeWorld.com for all these and more.
Thank you, Pete, and that will do it for this Monday edition of the NCWLIFE Evening News. And if you see news happening, let us know. Email your news tips to news@ncwlife.com or just give us a call at 888-6295. Our channel is also available on Roku, Fire TV, and Apple TV. I'm Grant Olson. Thanks so much for being with us, and have a great night.
At Colonial Vista Senior Living, we believe life is meant to be lived fully. Our wellness programs inspire residents to stay strong, flexible, and confident every day. Here, curiosity is encouraged, friendships are nurtured, and every activity is an opportunity to connect, create, and enjoy life together. We invite you to experience the lifestyle at Colonial Vista Senior Living for yourself and discover why so many call our community home.